Hello and welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd and you were watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I have some breaking news coming out here for you. So we're going to be going over a story regarding this pier that's being built off the Gaza coast. So if you weren't aware of this, there's a floating land pier that's being built, as you can see here in the photo. It's off the coast of central Gaza, and the United States military is over there right now constructing this so that way humanitarian aid ships can come in and bring aid to the Palestinian people who are starving right now. So I just did a report just about in the last week, I want to say maybe 3 to 4 days ago, where United States military officials and also UN officials were there inspecting this pier while it was being constructed, and they came under mortar fire, okay? And we don't know exactly who it was. I'm assuming it was Hamas that did it. But they came under attack by mortars and had to take shelter immediately, the UN officials and also the US military, because they came under attack. So now we have reports coming out here as well from Secretary of Defense Lloyd from the United States, stating that US troops may be shot at while this pier is being constructed. So this is very crazy to think that, now we've got U.S. troops on the ground over there, and they're obviously not in Gaza, but they kind of are in a way, okay? They're on this floating land pier right off the coast of Gaza. And I'm going to be showing you a video here in just a moment, but we're going to go over an article as well with Matt Gaetz. He's a representative in Congress, and he's questioning Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin on this and, talking to him about this whole situation where United States military troops could come under attack while they're constructing this pier. So there's been a lot of talk about this over the last month or so when this even was announced, that this could definitely put U.S. troops in harm's way so close to the fighting here, okay? Because obviously Hamas is still there. And again, this pier came under attack by mortar fire, and why wouldn't it come under attack by anything else, okay? It's just kind of expected at this point. So first, I want to go over this with you. Let's talk about this here on the Hill, okay? Austin warns U.S. troops could be shot at Gaza pier. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin warning comes as the port off the coast of Gaza is expected to be ready sometime in May. So within the next month or so, month and a half, we should be seeing this pier being ready to go. Okay, sometime in the next 30 days, I'd say. Speaking at a House Armed Services Committee, let's zoom in a little bit. Hearing Austin told lawmakers that it was possible U.S. service members could be shot while operating the pier off the coast of Gaza. Typically, all of the deployed service members carry guns, and they have the ability to protect themselves if challenged, Austin said. Representative Matt Gaetz questioned if that meant U.S. troops would shoot back, and Austin replied in the affirmative. So yes, they would shoot back if they were fired upon. They have the right to return fire to protect themselves, Austin added. President Biden first announced a pier off the coast of Gaza during his State of the Union address in early March. The $320 million, look at that, $320 million, that's an expensive pier, will help get critical humanitarian aid into Gaza once it comes online, which is expected to within a matter of days. The threat of U.S. forces coming under attack has raised multiple concerns in Washington, with lawmakers questioning how the roughly 1,000 American troops on the mission will stay out of the line of fire. Senator Roger Wicker from Mississippi, ranking a member on the Senate Armed Services Committee, questioned the pier effort along with 10 other senators. We are concerned that the mission entails a significant risk to U.S. personnel, they wrote in a letter to Biden earlier this month. This decision appears to ignore force protection issues entirely against an enemy that tries to kill Americans every single day. And think about this too. It's only roughly about 1,000 troops that are there. I do believe the Dwight D. Eisenhower is somewhere in the area off the coast of Gaza. I believe they're in the Mediterranean Sea, so they could come and support the troops if anything were to happen. But again, there's only about 1,000 troops there constructing that pier in that area. So if they were to come under attack, yeah, they're definitely in a way outnumbered there. So the concerns have become more apparent last week when militants fired rockets at Israeli troops around the site of the pier on the shore of Gaza. Still, U.S. officials have stressed that the military is working closely with Israel on a robust security plan for the pier once it's up and running. The pier will involve the U.S. military working with a floating dock miles from Gaza that receives aid from humanitarian aid groups arriving from the island of Cyprus. The aid is then transported on small army boats to a pier attached to the shore of Gaza and offloaded into the coastal strip. No U.S. boots will be on the ground in the Gaza operation. So that's what we were hearing from Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin. You'll see in the video, he says that there won't be any U.S. boots on the ground in Gaza, that they'll strictly just be working on this pier. But again, this is going to be a dangerous operation because obviously Hamas is there in the Gaza Strip, and they could be hiding wherever, and they could launch attacks on U.S. troops when they're operating on this this pier, okay? And it's just literally off the coast of Gaza, so they definitely are at risk of being attacked, okay? So I'm going to be showing you a video now again from Matt Gaetz, representative from Congress, talking to Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin about this issue. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at what they have to say here. It's about a 2-minute clip.
Ms. Locken just said there'll be about 1,000 U.S. service members operating a pier system off of Gaza. How many of them will have guns, Mr. Secretary?
Well, typically all of the deployed service members carry guns, and they have the ability to protect themselves if challenged.
So if someone from land in Gaza shoots at our service members who are on the $320 million pier that we're building, you're telling me our service members can shoot back?
They have the right to return fire to protect themselves. Now,
well, do we think that's like? So now I want to move to the likelihood that you think someone from land in Gaza might shoot at our service members on this pier. Do you think that that's a likely scenario?
That's possible. Yes.
This is a very telling moment, Mr. Secretary, because you've said something that's quite possible that could happen, right? Shots from Gaza on our service members, and then the response, our armed service members shooting live fire into Gaza. That is a possible outcome here so that we can become the Port Authority and run this pier. Right?
That's correct. You know, I expect that we will always have the ability to protect ourselves.
Don't you think that counts as boots on the ground? President Biden told the country that we weren't going to have boots on the ground in Gaza.
And we won't.
Okay, but you guys parse the distinction between, like when Americans think boots on the ground, they think Americans in harm's way or engaged actively in a conflict. You guys seem to be sort of saying that boots on a pier connected to the ground, connected to service members shooting into Gaza, doesn't count as boots on the ground?
It does not.
I think you're going to find the American people have a different perspective on that. And if we're going to have people shooting into Gaza, we probably should have a vote on that, pursuant to our war powers.
All right, so as you can see there, definitely some concerns coming up from Congress. I know lots of Congress members were concerned about this as well, talking about this, that obviously U.S. troops could come under attack. And then also, just like Matt Gaetz said, if these troops come under fire and then they fire back into the Gaza Strip, what if some innocent people end up getting killed during that altercation? Now the U.S. is involved in that, and now they're involved with, potentially injuring or killing innocent people as well. And this could be really bad, okay? This could drag the U.S. into what's going on over there. Not that they're not already involved, but it could directly involve them now, okay? Because obviously the U.S. has been staying out of this for the most part, other than supplying aid to Israel and protecting the Red Sea and things like that. But actually what's going on in Gaza, as far as we know, there hasn't been any U.S. troops on the ground. That it's been primarily IDF troops, military troops doing all the fighting there. So, this could set a dangerous situation here where the U.S. could get involved with what's going on in Gaza. Now, if some troops come under attack or something, this could definitely escalate things and make things even worse. And then that will upset all these other proxy groups from Iran, and it's going to make them want to attack U.S. troops even more. So, obviously, definitely some major concerns coming out here with this situation. But I am curious to know what you guys are thinking. But that's going to be it for this update. If you have any comments, concerns, questions, or anything like that, go ahead and comment down in the comment section below. If you got something out of this update, please smash that like button. And also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, I hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless. And we'll see you in the next one.